somebody else coming and shipping them all. It might have been Speedy, but I'm not sure. But it was a cheaper price because shipping all those boxes,
You can imagine.
like $30 or more.
Well, I would guess that if you guys feel like reaching out to some, you could, but then we got that tourism economic development special starting in January too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
They might be able to do some of
I
that.
didn't know we had
But
someone.
yeah, full-time position. So we'll have somebody that,
Yeah, I didn't know anybody was hired. Are they local or?
well, they haven't been hired yet, but
Oh.
they're setting up interviews, got applications already, so that'll be good.
Yeah,
And, you know, you guys may still, because the person might be new, you might have some good ideas on where to send them though, that they might not think of too,
Oh,
depending on where they're, one of the people was, I think one of the applicants might have been from out of town, but has a lot of connection here, and the other one was in town, so.
we do have a list of all the counties and how many we send to each county.
Oh, okay,
And
that'd be,
we keep track of. Oh, yeah,
what's
that's,
the book signing?
we've got like 8 different authors coming in.
They're all local authors? Or,
Well, most of them,
okay, that's cool.
they're either local or have a local connection.
Do you, advertise that somewhere when they do that?
We are going to, yeah.
Okay, cause that's even something like if you told Al or somebody that may put it on like the Facebook
Mhm.
post or something, that way everybody knows it comes
Yeah.
in.
Cheryl's kind of working
Oh, yeah, you just say
with
sure.
us, but
So,
I said, Lois and I have always wanted to do that, but never really knew how to coordinate it all, but so she's been helping walk through that part.
rodent problem, it looks like we have poison. This time of year, like, I think the mouse in my house, so I put out.
I got one
traps.
in my house.
I got a couple.
But that's not, the only reason I mention it is I'm not sure it's a mouse. I think it might be a squirrel. Cause I mean, I've got forks and spoons and straws across the floor. That's not a mouse.
That does seem like a squirrel,
Yeah, and then
because
the side of the garbage tank, the side of the lid, there's a hole chewed in the plastic. I mean, not like a mouse, more like a shrew or a squirrel. But yeah, but when I saw the fork and the spoon, I'm like,
that does seem more like a squirrel.
and I actually found like some little nuts around, and that's more like a squirrel.
Yeah, because they'll like, all of a sudden you'll find an acorn over here or
Yeah,
whatever, you know,
yeah.
so they'll,
They were like little hazelnut type things.
yeah, that's almost, that's all, that I would put money on it.
But no, I came in today and I didn't see any signs of anything, but they did put the
Maybe they.
poison out last Wednesday.
Maybe he's belly up somewhere
Yeah.
outside on the snow.
Bye. Yeah.
And the shade's been installed. Oh, the volunteer work thing.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned her because
So, and
she might be a good committee member or a board member.
yeah,
And I can't remember what it was she told me, but she's got a lot of professional background
so
and education.
I'm trying to think when the city does their, is it every year they redo their committee?
I know there's 3 people that they're losing on the chamber, but
Gotcha, because otherwise, for the county member, you know how it's a split committee. They won't be reappointed until April. I'll have to look at the ordinances. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Do you know Rose Seelick?
Think so.
Okay, it would be her daughter. That's pretty much all I can tell you, but she seemed like a very professional, well-educated, lots of work experience behind her, so.
Gotcha.
She's got something wrong with her, maybe she was in or polio or something, but it's fine. Oh,
You guys in the middle of something here, Phil?
not really.
Time?
We got a personal meeting and then you guys just gonna have to find somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Keep kidding.
We're just chatting.
Okay, we don't want to get in trouble. I
Yeah,
know there's a lot of new faces around here. We got the hierarchy and
no, we're not in a meeting.
you look a little stressed. Are you okay?
I don't think there was anything else on there I had questions on.
He's afraid of
Okay,
it.
I need some names though.
Matt. He's not on the committee though.
For your, I see. Say Anderson?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm gonna talk to Brett and we'll try to get an update on that.
I'm just a
Okay,
taxpayer.
yeah, and then, let me know if they
Did you say it's
reschedule
EN or?
Yes.
Dakota.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we gave them.
Oh, you did?
We gave them, yeah.
Oh.
That's wrong. I would have just like drawn out the meeting in
Oh.
10 minutes, because I can make things slower. I think Lois probably assumed that's about how long, but I got through the meeting quick. I can make a meeting last 10 minutes longer or less longer. I can make it rain up in here, but
I'm assuming that.
they did.
Okay,
I think they appreciated that. It's a lot of that stuff you do and.
yeah, why am I doing this?
Does anybody even care or something? I think they appreciate it.
No, I really think that. They both asked that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
No.
What's doing?
Are you staying or no?
You don't mind if I sit around on a round table with you guys?
Come on over. You want to sit between Ross and I or Andy and I?
I'll sit way on the other.
Sit on his lap, you know.
You guys get long-winded, I got other places.
We're not gonna be long-winded today. We do have a visitor, which we're very excited about.
You don't bring that much excitement when I come to a meeting, you think, oh, great, Matt's here.
I got one already. So
I got one. That's not sure. I'll keep it.
You guys' forum,
I would say there'd be 2 or 3 guys sit over there and 2 or 3 sit over here. I got them already, so.
He's had.
That's on one side of the.
All right. You didn't even get one. Open a road. This is perfect for how this is supposed to be.
Brent. Back. There you go.
The new guy running.
I hope this is recorded.
His last name's Moron, sounds old. Is that what Chris?
You won't be here?
I assume you.
I assume he will be. I haven't heard otherwise.
Mike. Not here.
Mike's not gonna be here, correct?
Yeah.
Got a broken water pipe.
Too early for that.
Okay, well, that's by a time. That's really been.
See, you could pull the papers, the first and the second was the. Is the job going good so far or what?
Too early to tell.
It is.
Okay.
Mine too.
I don't know what they do. I knew back here, remember?
It looks like there is a meeting. On this thing. You want me to try to?
No. It's bad. It's service.
Well, I think.
Then I gotta take my hat off.
I think there
Don't
is.
do that.
Yeah, but you want, if there's members of the public that want to listen in, and so they know what's going on. Be able to know.
Sure.
Yeah, you seeing if it's going?
What's that? You want me to try it? If I can remember what was done here now.
Bob and Mike.
Is that?
And how you doing?
Not too bad. Look at your season, Brent.
It is.
It's a lot
I'm
fun.
just trying, like, just jumping on.
I didn't shoot enough deer in my place. Drove around today, I couldn't look for cat tracks back there. Too.
Let me try on my computer. I'll find out if it's on.
The other day when we
That's too.
for a cat, we went up by the prison. And is there deer up there? That amazed me, north of Hawkins. Prison up there,
No, but
deer. Like there hasn't been deer up there, but man, there is.
Last year we were on the Bear Creek Road. There seemed to be a bunch, but they were logging down that road with the.
Yeah, there was a lot of them on Bear Creek Road.
I was raised north of Hawkins.
Where you were?
Mhm.
Where?
What'd you do?
Well, put on.
It's nothing big.
At Town Hall there.
When I seen
Take a right up.
last Friday season there,
Yeah, my mom did.
Right now, it's.
a shot about tags were already full.
Yeah, but Connors too, so.
I know. Wednesday, that was like snowy, really cold, snowy, windy day.
And then
I seen most of my deer in a windy day.
I grew up
Went
on,
into the Burns Pines.
Okay, yeah.
we hunt in between there quite a bit.
Took me from the North Road, took me half hour to walk to the south.
We had a
Walked
big
over
discussion
100
on
yards, sat down for half an hour.
Let's go.
Half hour to walk back out. I got him 50 yards from the road.
You did all that?
Well, I can like.
Just close.
Send orange,
Still.
still. Right now, right now, it's.
Perfect in, perfect everything.
Go right to our yard, to our land,
Good, how are you?
changed it.
It is online. Looks like. Real.
Of course. I want you to be
Live on that
Responsible for all your words today.
kind of life is exciting. You see a roll through.
I just don't got.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll have a,
What's your sort of
I'll have a stop in for hog.
Well,
Does that work?
I guess.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Turn one of them.
Yeah, bye.
That guy calls you.
All right. Good renter.
Okay, it's 4:30. I'll call the meeting to order. Item would be to approve the minutes from last month. They got them right. I went back and forth with Connie a couple of times.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. Ross made the motion, Jay seconded. Any additions or corrections? Additions or corrections? If not, all those in favor of approving the minutes as presented, signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion passed. Okay, next item. Minutes. Gentlemen, I think, what was your name again?
Matt Anderson.
Matt Anderson, okay.
Everybody should have a handout. What I'm looking for is I'm Matt Anderson from Seymour, Wisconsin, from Denver Bears since roughly 99. Been hunting in Rusk County, Barron County since that time. So please don't hold that against me because Lane Smith was a huge rival of ours, playing football and other sports. So what I'm looking for is seeking improved access to a section in Rusk County, just off the Barron County line. So if you look in your access, in your handout, what I'm looking for is there's a dotted section that you'll see on there. I dashed it. It's in the upper left-hand corner. Starts from or you'll see a parking lot icon. There's a parking lot there already. There's already green access to a loop. What I'm looking for is if we can extend access down off of what already has existing access and follow the dotted line. All of that section is a rolling hill, a lot of oaks like that. If you follow it to the east, there's a line on that to stop to shorten some access. It does get a little bit low in that area, but if you open up that, that area was opened up and allow more access to people that can't access the center of that portion now. One of the things that kind of really drew this was this last deer hunting season, hunted off of a green section in a roughly a half 40-acre section. It's all public. Ran across 8 hunters in a 40-acre deep section. So one of the things they're starting to notice is as based on some of this access or restricted access, people are staying close to where they have immediate access to, and it's starting to bunch up some hunters. So the big part of this is how do we get access to more of that block, help spread us out as well, helps us from a safety perspective.
Is that the trail above the gravel pit then you're talking about?
Oh, you gotta talk to me like I'm a tourist. When people say gravel pits, I don't know.
Up there where all the access is, you know which one I'm
It
talking,
used to be the gravel pit. Now it's the landing for the
all the ATVs.
ATV. Yes.
He says it's an ATV trail. You told me out there, right?
So the,
Or I mean, a snowmobile trail?
so the
Disney.
majority of
Disney.
that section is snowmobile trail. What comes off of that, there's an improved parking lot off of Town Line Road. With rocks around it. That's there, and this extends off of an existing.
I'm pretty sure the Disney trail.
It's Disney.
Disney. That's kind of what that Dylan from last meeting I talked. From like where this F here comes up to town line, he wants everything from there to the west and north up to town line. He wants that, all that open.
Who was that?
That number, I had to call it Dylan. And he's supposed to get back to me what trails he wants open, but I told him after deer hunting,
I know which trails he wants.
he didn't,
I met him in the woods.
okay,
Small world, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
he got a hold of him anyway. And he's kind of a hard guy to get hold of, but I told him I probably won't be able to get to it this year because it was week before deer hunting I got hold of him. And I told him this spring we'll get in there, but I know there's a lot of swamp back in the areas, wants and stuff, and bro Brent's been in there, he knows.
The main section that actually met him 3 years ago hunting in this. He's looking for access is this section. That's what
That'd be the one. South of Disney's.
So it extends, yep, there's access here.
Yeah, cause this is the ATV trail there.
Correct. Yeah, I met him actually hunting in this section 4 years ago. Super good sportsman, very considerate about not hunting right next to you like some other people don't always do that.
Do you know the number of these routes? Can you get the numbers?
Yeah.
Matt, what our process is we, these trails are all red, which means right now they're closed. So like what we'll need to do is go out and inspect them, take pictures, take a look at them. If they cross any wetlands, that's gonna be an issue.
Sure.
Somebody will inspect them. And if we think, that they should be okay to be open for ATV traffic, then we will send it to the forestry committee, which, Phil is with the forestry committee. And then they in forestry department will have an opinion because they're familiar with the trails. And they're,
Won't be able to.
they'll either agree with us or say, no, I don't think it should be open or whatever, but then the ultimate decision's up to the forestry department, whether it will be opened or not. So it's kind of a process.
Free committee.
Forestry committee.
One thing that seems like it's nice about the dead ends is that I know we get a lot of tourists that use trails and use areas, things like that. The nice thing about dead ends, or where trails are marked, it seems like it not doesn't prohibit, but it shies them away from some of that. So that's where some of the dead end roads are nice, even the trail like that I'd drawn as a dead end. To help with some of that, because I mean, there's people found them in some areas. I've seen up in Birchwood where I used to hunt up there is.
But on the flip side, just because the trail supposed to end.
Sure. Doesn't mean it does. Yeah, I know. Yep. Oh, it continues. Let's just keep going. Yeah. Nope. I.
We gotta think about that as
Yep.
well.
But
But
Ride Command says it comes out.
Looking at the maps, obviously it crosses off that loop, which is why I'm sure it's closed there right now, as it crosses that stream. So
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
it's
good stream.
Hard rock. It's.
not saying we can't get it open,
This-
but that's
this
something
fly.
that we have to
It just has to be looked at.
justify. Yeah.
if there's a good rock bottom,
Yep.
that's called a rock ford. And if it's in place and, it might be as easy as, we probably have to get a permit for the rock ford, but if it's already there,
It might be permitted already though, if they're driving across there regularly to maintain for
we'll
the.
have to work with the county employees and figure all that out.
I remember Rick, there's quite a few logs across that one trail in this one spot, small ones.
On the east side of that one section, there's a bunch of logs in there.
Yep. Well, about where he's got the line in there, that's not a good spot right there.
That ball.
Beyond that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, going up that little grade still. It's just that narrow spot where the creek is.
Further on, getting towards Town Line Road, I'm not,
It goes that's a good trail.
is it? I don't remember the last time I was in there.
The other option is if there's a spot that's bad, a culvert could be put in there. Somebody's got to pay for it. That's the kicker there. And
Bob's Bridge.
the ATV club, if, there's an active ATV club over there, if, that has some money, just depends on where they want to spend their money. I don't know if you know anybody on the ATV club,
I don't
that's another option.
they ever be open to a culvert being donated.
Sure, but then you've got the permitting costs, plus, you're gonna gravel or something's gonna have to be hauled or moved, something to fill in around the culvert and over the top of it.
We can
Make a difference, so.
see this,
Yeah.
okay, here's just so you know. This is what has to be filled out. By you, one of us that goes out there.
Okay.
So just if anything on there sparks it says, oh yeah, this could be a problem. You
Okay.
take it back and read it, but
Okay. Thank you for that.
Did you have other trails that you were thinking in the future as well, or was that kind of it?
The only one other one, if you look at your map, an 8.
it's circle.
Yep.
Yep, looks like it comes in, a circle and a little branch off of that was the only other one.
That's the one Dylan wants.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
he kind of wanted a lot of these trails come off here to the west. He had like 20 or 25 miles of trails he wanted open in the section here.
Small request, that's all right. Small request.
That's what he told me
No, I
anyway.
know, I know.
I told him it's too close to deer hunting and we won't have enough time to lay.
Now we got snow on the ground and so, yeah, we're, as far as inspection, we're doing at a standstill until
Makes sense.
probably June.
Makes sense.
I mean, I guess I would suggest you definitely keep in touch with us and so we don't put it to the back burner, which I don't think we're going to, but you know, we'll have to get going on it in June or whatever, as soon as we can get out there and get the process going, and maybe by deer season, we can hopefully have something open for you, or at least have an answer.
Because there's a closure, you know, in the spring for people to be in the woods, so that usually, what is that, they changed it recently,
15th or something.
15th of June, so we really don't do anything till after that, so we have a very short window for inspecting these, so.
You guys prefer us, you know, when a request is made, come to another board meeting later in the summer as a follow-up, or how would you guys like me to do
That
that?
certainly wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay.
If I were you and you wanted to make sure, I would get here in probably June, or June, as a reminder.
Or get a hold of us before then, so we could go, somebody could run out there and do the inspection or whatever before the meeting.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm just saying as a reminder, if we haven't had a chance to look at it.
Ross, coming right off that green, did you pull up a number?
Well, it's $8.99, but then it hits the snowmobile trail and the snowmobile trail doesn't have a number.
Okay.
So,
That's where they cleared everything in there.
I just looked at the other one he was talking about, and that is 1076.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to us too, man.
You need for me?
Thank you for coming, taking the time to come, because this is why this committee was set up exactly for this. So people can kind of have access to the woods they want to utilize, you know, it's.
If we don't know about it, we can't open it.
Right. And I'm sure when someone comes and says, hey, we want everything, I mean, want everything, that's unrealistic to spend your time on. So I appreciate you guys' time with this.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Any other public comment? I guess, well, the only other option, but
What's that?
any public comment for us? Okay, so along on
I
the,
would say if, it is offered to make, you know, if you're presenting and if it's gonna cost the county money for something, you know, a stream crossing or whatever, you could say, hey, you know, we already got this part, and then you could present that as part of your presentation, presented to the committee, so that, you know, the less the county has to spend to get something, the more likely, you know, we don't like to, limited pocket. So if something comes about, there's some options that might help save.
absolutely.
Gonna go out on a limb and say if there's one guy in here asking for a trail to get open, the county's not gonna be the one that's spending the money to get it open. So
Probably not.
You'd be surprised how many people would pay to have, I've seen it myself up in the northern county, they'll be happy to bill.
yeah.
Especially where this one ends, because Brent knows it's pretty wet there.
Right where he's got the line, yeah.
That's why it stops there for a reason. The creek's what?
He's trying to limit access from that side to
Here's the dotted.
Mhm,
So see, this green is an open trail.
mhm.
Apparently there's a parking lot. He's requesting, it's red now, which means it's all closed,
Mhm.
but he would like this all opened up, so.
Like you say, that Dylan wants everything from,
I think it's Dylan's last name.
okay, I don't remember his last name, I gotta say.
Thank you.
From here, it's to get everything that way. Pretty much unrealistic for all the cricks and.
Okay, we'll move on to the next item, which we kind of almost are, discussing possible motion updates, any ongoing trail projects, trail improvements, grant applications, talking about trail improvements, I guess. One thing, it's too bad Bob's not here, but that the ATV club does have money over there. I mean, they could do some of this, but supposedly at the present time, they want to spend all their money on the state ATV trails. Rather than these side trails. So I don't know if
Say something.
somebody knows any of those guys on the club, but you know, discussions would be in order with them. If they got some money to, if, you know, get a rock ford approved, get a culvert put in, you know, if they could throw some money that direction, then we wouldn't have to argue still on money. They just have to approve it, right? So it would be a whole lot easier to get some of this stuff done.
You ever talk to George?
Talk to him a lot, but he's
For trail, he's pretty.
Okay.
the one that wants to spend all the money towards state trails. That's just his personal opinion. But he's not the only one on the club either, but. I know Bob goes to those meetings, but he's not here, so. That's just something for future reference, I guess.
What kind of money do they get to take care of a state trail per year? Well,
Once again, Bob can answer that, but
Don't quote me, but I thought Bob said it was $1,000 a mile.
they get a fair amount of money.
Probably restrictions on that money that they get though.
Yeah.
Maintenance. Well. There might be restrictions. Trail they can do.
Okay, just an update from the forestry meeting, couple of things they did. We talked about, you know, stickers on the big yellow signs where, right now, you know, the red diamond signs just say dead end trail on the yellow signs. And Jared was gonna order some stickers to go over that says closed trail. So they're, you know, and change the website so that there shouldn't be any confusion on what the red diamond means. Is it a closed
Yeah,
trail?
I mean, they all pretty much agree and think that was a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, the Owens Bridge, I'm gonna call it, that's coming out. That forestry committee approved using that all 100 feet of that bridge at Trails End. So that bridge is gone. It's gonna be used at Trails End, correct? So that's on.
That's where the old bridge was?
No, this will be not where the swinging bridge is, but in station. So the swinging bridge will still be there, which is kind of an iconic part of Trails End, but then they can get all their equipment across so they can maintain all the trails. And it was like, cause the swinging bridge, you can't really bring any equipment across because it's
How big of equipment are they gonna take across the bridge?
little mowers and stuff like that, but right now it's limited to one person across the bridge at a time and stuff. And people don't make
Probably have to hop.
I thought the bridge was like not usable or something like.
No, they fixed it up to make it usable, but it's limited.
Okay.
So anyway, that's where that bridge is going. That's a done deal.
use for it then.
Which, I mean, I haven't been Trails End since I was a kid, but that's probably a pretty good use for it. You know, county paid to make for the bridge originally, and county's probably not gonna give any funds to Trails End to replace what's there. So if we could utilize something the county's already purchased, I guess everybody's happy, right? Okay, and the only other thing was they passed their, for the fire equipment for doing the prescribed burns. They're gonna get a water tank and all the personal equipment so that they can do the prescribed burns. That passed. That was kind of the highlights from the forestry meeting. Anybody got anything else?
Did you did you end up taking the one that Mike had written up about, parking there? Did you take that to the forestry? Did they handle that?
Well, it's in the works.
Okay,
Hopefully they'll get it on their agenda, this month or the next month or whatever and deal with it. But yep. Did you get a copy of that, Phil?
Jared sent me a copy.
Jared said he did, so I just want to make sure. Okay, Mike can't be here tonight because he's got a broken water pipe. He had a couple of concerns. I guess the biggest concern he had was on the trails, the Ice Age trail system, was that those trails at some point were not going or would not end up. Trails now that are open to ATV, the portion of that Ice Age trail that's open to ATV traffic. His concern that at some point the Ice Age trail isn't going to decide, no, you can't use ATVs on that trail, which is a valid concern, I guess. Jared and people tell me, that'll never happen. Don't worry about it. But we all know how government works too. So.
as I recall, when I first met Brent and he took me up a trail he wanted to open and it went down the Ice Age trail like 40 or 50 feet and then turned off. That was the forestry department's concern that they didn't know that it could run down the Ice Age trail also, the shared trail. So maybe they've come to the conclusion that that's okay.
I don't know if there's anything we can do about it. I guess just kind of be aware of it, and if we see an issue coming, maybe we need to bring it to the forefront. Okay.
One other issue I have seen, kind of like what Jay is talking about, where I took him. We've also had other areas up there when we've had major storm damage come in and, close off the Ice Age. They'll basically pop out, hit the next trail, reroute it and call it the Ice Age. So there's quite a bit of remapping for periods of time because of natural changes.
And I guess if they're not changing the status on any present trails, it doesn't matter, right? Because the ATV trails, you can walk on them if you want. Right. They're just directing their people on where to go, I guess. Okay. We got anything else? Next item was the new Red Canyon Trail Loop. I thought about taking that off the agenda, but I left it on there, just in case anybody had any updates on that. That new loop, the ATV club is going to, and see, that's one, they're using their money for that, putting that new trail into the other side of the Red Canyon. But that's part of a state trail again, which I'm guessing they can get maintenance money on that trail then. That's probably part of it. It's more miles. So that's probably enters into the equation. And the Felsimer Loop, the trail, I know last time we discussed with Phil about maybe having a public meeting at some point. That's in forestry's hands now, but and then how that's gonna happen, but we got anything else on those updates? Okay.
I think February would be a good time for the Ellesmere Trail. Maybe bring something up this month. Let's see what the committee's thoughts are about having the public hearing and then there.
That's nothing we have to do, right? That's gonna be in your hands. Yeah. Item C, trail conditions, repairs, improved signage updates. We got anything? These, like with Matt was here where we've got to inspect those trails. We don't want to forget about those when spring rolls around. So hopefully you guys are going to remember those in your backyard. So you can note to bring that back up. Anybody, item D, anybody got any verified trails? Did anybody do any inspections?
The weather changing.
Yeah.
Does anybody have his name or phone number or anything?
Matt Anderson from Cameron.
Did not get his.
Please read.
You can find.
I can find him. Any trouble?
Well, at least we know exactly what he's looking at there. So
Yeah.
That's nice that he knows what that Dylan wants open too. He said everything from here to here over. It's like, well, it's pretty unrealistic, I told him, but
And I got a feeling you're gonna have some issues with, wetlands in there.
yeah. Like where this trail stops here, it's.
Yeah.
Good.
I think he was preferring the trails dead ended though. I mean, he said that that way it just makes them hunter access versus.
It's not ended right away. So they can actually have some access.
Actually, a snowmobile trail.
Yeah.
What was in.
You know, some time well spent can be if you can get a hold of Dane. Forest Department, spend and talk it over with Dane is, or Jared, but you know, Dane's out and about more than Jared is. He is pretty familiar with almost all of those trails. You know, if you find out where those guys stand right off the bat,
Then
you know,
a battle you're fighting.
yeah. Yes.
Say, when the guy comes and wants everything, it's like pretty unrealistic. It's 20 some miles of trail open. It's like.
But if he asks for 20 and he gets 5, he.
Well, you say you gotta know which ones he wants open. He never said. He just says, open them all. I said, you can't forget.
And I stop in the courthouse every once in a while. I'll probably, Dane or Jared or Mike, Mike Zimmer takes care of the permitting. I can discuss it with them too, and cause like that, if, you know, there basically is a rock ford there and we just need to get the permit or whatever, you know, maybe we can kind of get that in the works too.
I mean, I do know where he's talking with the parking lot. Parking lot was, you know, basically made for parking for access and everything, but have you come off of that parking lot? I haven't.
Come through the four-wheeler once or twice years ago, but
It is now. There isn't many green trails to go on. You know,
Just that little tiny loop right there. Like I said, it's a nice park.
you can come through that whole dotted trail. Really wanted to, way out there. Where that line is, not good.
okay. No one has any trails? Okay. Next meeting date. Any reason to meet the next couple of months?
Not unless you hear something that needs to be discussed. I can't really do any inspections, can we?
No. Even this fall, you know, I thought about doing a little bit right before deer season, but you know, it was so dry that that's not a good time to be looking at things because
That's what
it
that
looks like you can go
said.
everywhere.
Then it's dry, let's open it up. So
Yeah.
you can't do it. And that's why he said, want everything open up, it's dry, so it doesn't work that way.
You know, I get it. This is a fall where a lot of these red trails could have been open and you're not gonna hurt a thing. Yeah. Okay, so,
You look at the way our spring started in June. We're late getting out there trying to look at them because we had such a wet spring.
March? Any reason to meet before March?
Be fine with that.
Skip January and February?
You should be happy about that.
They'll be here for the next one.
Okay, so if we look at March. Forestry is when? Tuesday or something?
Yeah,
17th?
Wear green. St. Patrick's Day.
Use that calendar.
What calendar do you want?
Forestry Department. I'm thinking the 17th would be their meeting in March.
Since we're not gonna go meet for a couple of months, should we maybe move back to like the 2nd case we've got something to loose ends to clean up or
Wouldn't be anything wrong with that.
19th was the last that I see. Do they not meet all the time? Forestry?
Fourth Street is
I think it's the third Tuesday, isn't it?
16th. Yeah, yeah, third Tuesday. So like this month is on the 16th.
So it'll be the 17th in March. Okay, so we just want to be. Traditionally, we're the Monday before, which would be the 9th, but there's no reason we couldn't go the 2nd. And that's far enough out and nobody probably has a clue what's going on with any conflicts, right?
Second.
Didn't tell you if I'll even be alive by then. That's way too far out for me to play.
On Alabama that weekend that I might be at, so.
Stick with the 9th, the Monday before.
Sure.
Okay, so our next trails meeting will be Monday, March 9th. Something comes up, where somebody thinks we need to meet in February or something, give me a holler and get something scheduled. Anything else? I guess we will stand adjourned.
That quick. You guys have happy holidays and.
We're coming, Phil.
I just caught him out from another meeting. He wasn't planning on staying.
He felt guilty and figured he better